I think Red Bull also made this calculation, but once the red mist came for Max, I think it became very hard to reason with him.
Yeah.
That's something. Look, it happens once or twice a season.
It's very, very seldom that it happens, to be
Yeah.
fair, to give
And he'll
Max
be
credit.
back.
Like,
Yeah, and he'll be back in Canada and not do that. But the
he's got
problem
2 weeks
is,
off now to relax, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just unlike the other two times
doesn't
he's
look
done
good.
this.
Honestly,
the
it doesn't
problem
look
is,
good.
unlike the other two times he's done this time he's thrown a lot away. Like, and he's in a position where he shouldn't have. Like, this is going to be a tight championship, I think, because like. Again, it's not like it's a straightforward, he's just fighting Oscar. Like, Lando just won Monaco. Those two are going to take points off each other. He's thrown, as far as I'm concerned, he's thrown the championship away this weekend. Like, if we end the championship where he's 6 or 7 points off the lead by the end, like, that's going to be a big kick.
Who is he going to blame?
No, like, he's going to blame
yeah.
everyone else. His fans will blame everyone else. But the reality will be, it will be on him for this kind of...
And look, the thing is, the thing about Max is, even if publicly he won't admit he's wrong, you can see in his actions that he just goes back, he analyzes, and he tends to make the right calls afterwards. The best example is the 21 to 22 transition, where in 21 he was just see the gap and go for it.
Yeah.
And in 2022, you saw at the start of the season when he was battling Leclerc, he was giving him margin because he knew this was the one. And that's learning that he tends to do. I hope he does it again. I think the whole fact and I think right now he's reached a point where it seems that the fact that Red Bull is not the fastest car, it's starting to play on his head a lot more than it should have ideally. He's not accepted the reality that is there. And look, it happens with drivers, but if you're not going to accept that and always have this idea that, okay, I'm not fighting for the championship, I'm not winning it. He says that a lot of times now with conviction. It's going to reflect in your actions on the track. And right now, his first statement is, I'm not in the championship anyway. And look, that's basically a cop-out. That's something that you're trying to reason yourself into saying that, okay, I made a mistake, but who cares? I'm not winning the title anyway. That's what you're doing. And that's not going to help you in the long run. Because he's the one who'll blame himself. Look, if somehow Red Bull is going to have an upgrade I think in a couple of races, they'll have their next set of upgrades. If somehow the Red Bull is within a tenth or so of McLaren, and by the end of the season, there is a scenario where he loses the championship by 4, 5, 6, 10 points. Today is the day which he's actually going to repent. Because 24 points, he was getting 15, he left 14 points on the table for no reason whatsoever.
The basic I've seen from a mesh of tweets, the basic mesh I've seen has been, he was never in the championship anyway, which is just hilarious because it's like a week ago you weren't saying, or like 2 weeks ago you weren't saying this when he won Imola. They were, championship on. And it's just very like cut and dry. The other thing is, it doesn't matter. Well, that's it now. He'll go to Mercedes, and it's like, okay, like whatever. I just don't know. I think like the idea that
one Verstappen fan
up until today he was in a championship though because like of what I said. 1, second fastest car. 2, the constructors' title is very easy for McLaren to win because they have 2 fast drivers in the car. But as we've just seen the last 2 weekends, those drivers will take points off each other. So Max has a Raikkonen championship ahead of him, and instead of playing that, he threw his toys out of the pram and just threw away 9 points for no reason whatsoever. Maybe more, but 9 points minimum he's just thrown away.